So there are three factions which you can pick to join. First of all, you have the Daggerfall Covenant in the northeastern section of Tamriel in the zones Glenumbra, Rubensky, Stormhaven, Rovgar, Bankorai and Alik Air Desert. The Daggerfall Covenant exists of the Bretons, the Orcs and the Red Guards. Those are the three main races from this faction. It also has a very medieval-like setting. If you travel to like Glenumbra, Stormhaven, Rubensky, it very much looks like 11th, 12th century medieval Europe. That is a little bit of the feeling you get when you are traveling throughout these zones. Whereas Alik Air is a bit more like a desert zone, and Bankorai is also a bit medieval zone. Then you have the Ebonheart Pact. Now the Ebonheart Pact has the locations Eastmarch, the Rift, Stoneforce, Deshan and Shadowfen, with the DLCs Vardenfell. Well, Vardenfell is actually an expansion nowadays. It's also DLC which you get by being an ESO Plus member, and Murkmire added to the game as well. The three main races from the Ebonheart Pact are the Dark Elves from Vardenfell, aka Morrowind. You got the Nords, and then of course you also got the Argonians. Now if you travel through these zones, it really depends where you are. If you are more like in the Argonian zones, you get more of a bit of a tribal feeling. In Swampland, stuff like that. But if you are in some of the Nord zones, Nords very much make you feel like you are more in like a Viking town, a bit of a Viking Nordic setting, which you can expect from Nords. And last but definitely not least, we got the Aldmeri Script Minion. I mean Aldmeri Dominion. Main zone starting area being Auridon, you got Greenshade, Gradwood, Malabal Tor and Reaper's March. And the expansion Somerset as well. I didn't cover all the beginner islands, by the way, for all the other factions, but that's okay. So the races for the Aldmeri Dominion are the High Elves. Then you got Gradwood with the Wood Elves, aka Bosmer, and of course the Khajiits as well, with the new expansions being released very soon, 20 May, elsewhere. So how important is a faction? People constantly ask me what faction should I join? And the thing is, it is not really important anymore since the 1 Tamriel update. Ever since the 1 Tamriel update, you can basically travel to any zone and you can play with any member from any faction. That means if I'm in the Daggerfall Covenant, I can play with anyone from the Aldmeri Dominion or the Ebonheart Pact. I can even do battlegrounds with them. Your faction only matters when you want to enter Cyrodiil. So when you are entering Cyrodiil, that's when your faction is important, as you will be limited to play only that faction. And with the next update with Elsewhere, you also will be locked to a couple of campaigns. Let's say if I'm going to play Vivek on my Daggerfall Covenant character, I will not be able to play it on my Aldmeri Dominion or my Ebonheart Pact character, so faction locking is coming back. So the burning question, to join which faction. Now, it is kind of hard to answer this question as every system and server can be very different. Like, I play Computer Europe and I play Computer NA. And honestly, I enjoy both PvP on DC and EP factions. And I love to have a variety. If you have like friends who play a certain faction already, I just recommend to join that faction in case you want to do open world Cyrodiil PvP with them. Or if you have any guilds inside, ask them what faction they main, so you can join them in your adventures in Cyrodiil. Apart from that, a faction is very, very unimportant. It literally is only for the open world PvP Cyrodiil that your faction will matter. And your best bet is just to look and see what your friends are playing, so you can join up with them. Or if you already have set your eyes on a guild, join a certain guild. And apart from that, you can travel to any zone later on or directly in the beginning already if you want. So if you don't join the Aldmeri Dominion zone and you start out there, you simply port to the Daggerfall Covenant zone or the Ebonheart Pact. That is totally up to you. Also, regarding population here in Computer Europe, like you can see, both factions are quite well represented on the two main campaigns, which are the 30-day standard and the 30-day non-CP campaigns. And on the other one, here, like you can see, the Aldmeri Dominion population is a little bit medium, while the other two are low. But apart from that, there isn't a huge population difference. And if you play on the 2 main campaigns, then it's not like any of the factions are dead. At least if you're playing on the active servers of a computer. I am not too sure about console. So all in all, it is really up to you as to what faction you're joining. If you're not even planning on doing open world PvP at all, it doesn't even matter. Then you can just look at what faction fits best with your lore wise, or just for the story wise, or what zone you will enjoy most. But that is pretty much all to it. I hope this guide made a little bit more clear as to how important factions are and how you should decide to join one, because it just isn't too important anymore ever since 1 Tamriel. 1 Tamriel really changed everything in regards to factions. Whereas before you were only able to play together even in PvE with members of your own faction, they totally changed that with 1 Tamriel, and you can now play together with anyone from any faction except for Cyrodiil and Imperial City. I wish everyone a great day. Bye bye. I'm out. See you in Tamriel.